I always try to film these starting book clips when I have the worst case of sun in my face that I could possibly ever have. Will I learn? Honestly, real question, will I ever learn? I don't think I will. I'm sorry, my lighting's abysmal. I can do nothing about it. And I decided to start this clip here, so I made decisions and now I have to stick with them. Was this any better? Only slightly. And by slightly, I mean very slightly. It's fine. Hi guys, so we have another fun, hello stomach. We have another fun reading vlog for you guys today. So when I was like planning out videos I wanted to do, I kind of had a reading Christmassy books and then I had a reading like red, white, and green books. And I decided to squish them together because that's basically the same thing for my TBR. So, little backstory. I used to wear, well, when I was like in high school and stuff, every like December up until Christmas for 25 days straight, basically, I would only wear red, white, green, and then like maybe gold and maybe blue sometimes, just because it was fun for me to stay festive and like holiday-ish, which this year I have severely gotten rid of a lot of clothes because I grew out of them or just like nothing was fitting or I didn't like them anymore. So basically all I've been wearing is festive and holiday, so it's not really a challenge for me. So I decided I wanted to do a reading red, white, green, and maybe a blue, like spines and covers of books specifically because I thought it'd be fun, and it'd be fun to do it for a week, and it'll knock some more books off my TBR, which is always fun. So, the first one I decided to read, or I guess listen to today, was one that I have on my physical TBR, but last year I wanted to read as an audiobook, but I'd been listening to so many, like, specifically Christmas anthologies back to back to back that I was kind of sick of them, and I didn't want to read it, so I saved it for this year. So, it is All Hearts Come Home for Christmas, I think, with Sarah Meaden, and it has the Christmas at Fallstone Castle in it. So, I'm only going to count it as one of the books, because I have Christmas at Fallstone Castle as a little book, and then I have the book itself on my TBR, but I'll just count it as one book because it's the same story anyway. So I'm gonna listen to that one today. I think I might have started listening to it, but I don't remember anything that happened. So we're gonna start listening to it again, and I'm actually really excited about this because it's gonna be my first Christmas anthology of the season. Well, I guess I technically have read one other one, but it doesn't count because it's not Sarah Meaden. Christmas anthologies include her in my eyes. So I'm gonna listen to that today. And then I also decided I wanted to start re-listening to Yearbook. I wanted to start rereading Yearbook, and we're counting this because the spine is green and white and kind of yellowy gold. So that's why this one's being counted. It's not specifically a Christmas book, but I desperately wanted to reread it. So we're finding a way to include it on this list, and it's because it's green. So I started reading the first like couple pages, and I'm gonna keep reading that today. Very excited about it. Also, I have a red bow in my hair and I'm wearing blue. I'll have you know. So I'm being very festive, and I'm also crocheting a green hat. So everything is going to be very festive today, and I'm very excited about it. And I also have made peppermint chocolate chip cookies, which I'm very excited about. But they're for my Christmas party later today, which is our Christmas party. So I'm just doing all the Christmas stuff today, and I'm so happy about it. All I want is snow, but it's also kind of nice to not have snow right now. So I'll live with it. So I've only read like, what is it, 60 pages, 70 pages in this book, and I have already wanted to cry like 5 times. There's so many things in this book that I relate to. Like in high school I related to one character really, really heavily, and now I'm relating to another one just in a way that I don't think I've ever, like, she's how I felt in high school. Absolutely how I was in high school, and reading it makes me realize how far I've come, and also the things in myself I still haven't worked out. I love this series. It makes me so happy to read and also so sad at the same time. Anyway, I just read, I don't know, a couple pages while sitting here. I listened to some more of All Hearts Come Home for Christmas today while I was doing my stuff, and I think the reason why, because apparently I got like 25% into the book or something like that. I just was not invested, like, at all. Like, I don't remember a single thing that's happened in this book, and I'm not even close to where I was when I stopped reading it last year. So I know I will start caring more. I was a little bit distracted when I was listening to it earlier, so I'll probably care more when I pay attention to it a little bit longer. But that's what's been happening with books today. But I wanted to give you an update on how much I adore this book and how much I need every teenager who has ever existed to read this book. Why is it all the way at the bottom? That was rather short-sighted of me. Hello. So, today I finished listening to All Hearts Come Home for Christmas by Sarah Meaden, Anita Stansfield, Esther Hatch, and Joanna Barker. And I rated it, I think, 4.5 stars at the end because I loved Sarah Meaden's one. This one right here, Christmas at Fallstone Castle, so good. absolutely wonderful because this novella's in here, you know. I loved this. This alone was 5 stars. The rest of them were probably 4 to 5, 4 to 3-ish stars, the rest of the novellas. So that bumped it up to 4.5 stars in my eyes because it has this one in it. But these 2 are done. I'm gonna go put them over on my stack over there, and I'm gonna start something else. I have Hatchet by Gary Paulson on audiobook right now, and the cover that I have on this copy is green, so I think I might include it in this, or I might find something else to listen to as an audiobook. I got it on Libby, so I wanted to get it, but I might find something else as an audiobook because I've just been feeling more audiobooky lately. But I haven't read any more of your books since I last talked to you. I've been focusing on crocheting rather than reading my physical books, but I want to read at least one more of those ones, either just in general this year, but I'll probably read a couple more before, you know, the end of the month. But I think I have some good red, and I guess this spine is more gray, but that's also a Christmas color in my brain because it's like snow. So we've got some more red and green colored books to include in our red and green synopsis of this reading. But I'm gonna go to bed because I'm literally making no sense at the moment, and I'm very, very tired. Hi guys, I am absolutely exhausted because multiple things happened today, but I just did not get sleep at all last night. But today while I was at work, and then also when I came home a little bit, I was listening to Hatchet by Gary Paulson, and I completely finished it because I thought it was longer than it was, but it was only like a 5-hour audiobook, which is really surprising. But this one counts because it has, well, the cover I have is a green cover, so read that. It was good. I rated it 5 stars again because it's a reread. I read it when I was younger. I rated it 5 stars for nostalgia and also for the fact that the author genuinely has done most of the things in that book. Well, besides surviving a plane crash, but like he knows how to survive in the wild, so everything he talks about is stuff he legitimately could do, which is really interesting. It's always been really interesting to me. So that was a fun reread. I got the second one, Brian's Winter, on hold. I don't know if I'll get it in time to read it for this video, but that would be fun because that one is a very wintry cover of a book. I'm thinking I might want to find either another one of the other romance anthologies that I have to read, or see if they have a gingerbread romance as an audiobook, because I might read it that way. And then I also have, I don't remember what it's called, but this book on Kindle, which I was thinking about starting reading on my phone because I just haven't really had time to pick up physical books, but when I have it on my phone, sometimes it's easier for me to read for some reason. I don't know why. We will see what book I decide, but I know I'll pick another one to read as an audiobook because I mean audiobooks have just been like this recently because I have been needing to do so many things with my hands, and so audiobooks help me get that done, you know. But that's what I've been reading today, and I will give you an update tomorrow. So I am a story and a half into Meet Me Under the Kissing Bough. That's the one I decided I was going to read this morning. I listened to it at work, and okay, so I think I just don't like Josie Kilpeck's writing. I've read, I think, a couple of her short stories and maybe one of her books, and I don't know. The whole short story, it is rare to make a short story feel like a drawn-out long story that I'm bored of. But she accomplished it. She did. I was bored. But the second novella is going a lot quicker, which I'm grateful for. The first one was just like, it felt like it's a genre I don't enjoy already. I enjoy, let me find a place to put you. I guess we're having a full-on chat. Also, peep the Christmas lights I put at my boyfriend's house. They're like over there. I love them so much. I do like not second chance romance. I like when they're married before. So, okay, sometimes I'm fine with a single mother, single dad trope kind of a thing. This one had the single mom, single dad getting married or falling in love, you know? But my problem was, number one, they resolved the conflicts too quickly, and then so she included a new conflict that just felt like an afterthought. And that conflict was more interesting than the initial conflict. So I was like, could you just have made that the first conflict and she could have found the other conflicts out along the way? It would have made more sense plotline wise, and then she didn't, so it just felt like a really quick, and then like, oh, I enjoyed the second half, but I didn't enjoy the first half at all. So I was like, it was confusing. And then there was this whole like, she's already been married, but she really loved her first husband, and then he loved his wife, but then they start falling for each other, and it's like, I don't know. I guess to me the thought of having 2 loves in a lifetime is weird. I'm very much a one falling in love with one person kind of a gal, which I know some other people can do other things and good for them, but I don't know. It's not my thing. Also, this is applesauce. I don't know why, but applesauce just hits a spot sometimes. So it was like already kind of weirded me out with that. And then we get to the end and I didn't like the main character either. It was just so many things I didn't like about that first short story. Didn't really like it. I think I have 3 short stories in this book, so I'm in the middle of the second one. And I'm enjoying the conflict, I'm enjoying the characters, I'm enjoying how it's going to be resolved, I'm enjoying the plot a lot more in the second one. So the first one, probably like a 3-star or even like a 2.5 star. I did not enjoy that first story. But the second one I'm enjoying more, so I'm grateful for that. And then we'll see how the third one goes. But it is really fun to be like, I own the physical book to this. Like, I was listening to it and I was like, you know, I own the physical book. And the cover is so cute that even if I don't enjoy most of them, I'm going to keep it because the cover is really good. But I have been enjoying that. Have I done any other reading today? No. Today's going to be pretty heavy editing day. So I read some while I was at work, and I'll probably read a book later tonight. I want to finish your book. I'm getting that craving in me that I want to sit down and I want to enjoy the entire plot. So I might reserve like 2 hours at the end of the day where I just get that done. But to do that, I need to finish editing this vlog because I need at least these 2 up. I want to work on Sunday's video too. I have so many videos I need to edit, but I want to edit a lot of stuff today and maybe tomorrow just so I can have it all up and ready. I don't know why I'm talking to you like this is a vlog. This is not a vlog. You guys don't care. What I was trying to say is I want to read books. I'm sorry you just got vlog stuff dumped on you about editing. You don't care. Goodbye, I love you. My hair is terrible, but I'm about to read your book some more, which I'm actually very excited about. I was reading it before, but I decided I should tell you that I'm reading your book because I haven't been reading it. Why is it moving so much? Am I just tired and so my hand is shaking more? I'm really tired, if you haven't noticed. Okay, I just took a nap, so I'm all rumpled and flushed and stuff. I've been reading your book, and this chapter happens in December, and I forgot that they go looking for a Christmas ornament. How Christmassy is that? So it's not only green on the cover, but it also has Christmas in it. So this very, very, very much qualifies for this video, and I'm so happy about it. I also finished reading, I don't remember. I'll tell you about it when I get back home, and I have the physical copy to show you. Love this book. I forgot how much I loved it. This is like such a beautiful chapter because I love this character, but also hurts so much because I know by like the next book she passed away because she's an elderly lady, and it just makes me happy to see her be able to do the things she does, but it's also so sad because I know she's not in the series the whole time. It's just so bittersweet. But that was the Christmas chapter. I love Dave. Okay, I'm gonna lay down and read this. Why do I always pick the books that are so far down? Kind of unfair to myself, actually. I should probably turn off my fan. I don't care enough. I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit tired. So fan's gonna stay on. But I just finished Meet Me Under the Kissing Bough, number 1. Just a moment for the beauty of this cover. Also, the spine is really pretty too. And the back, like that bow. Most of the time, Regency covers I'm hit or miss on, and I like this one. It's good. So, here's my opinions. Since this is a short story Christmas collection, oh, that makes sense. Anneka R. Walker. I think I've liked everything by Anneka R. Walker I've read. So, it was by 3 authors. The first one was by Josie S. Kilpack. And I already kind of told you about this one. I didn't care for it very much at all. It just felt disjointed. It had tropes I don't really like in it. It just, all around, it wasn't really my favorite. But it was okay. I think the first one I would give probably a 2.5 or 2.2 stars. I really did not like that first one. And then the second one, Anneka R. Walker, that one was really cute. I liked that one a lot. It had a forbidden romance kind of a thing, and it was very Christmassy because it had that like you gotta get the whole family back together around Christmas. It was very, very cute. I liked how it ended too. It was very smart the way that it finished. I didn't like fully fall in love with the characters all too much, but I was very invested in the plot and I liked figuring out the mystery that was going on. So that one probably a 4.5, maybe a 4. I like that one. That one's a 4. And then the last one by Sarah L. McConkey. This one was a what is it called? A Christmas Carol retelling, which I just reread A Christmas Carol, and so reading this one I was like, at first I was like, huh? Like, you're using parts of that book? That's probably not what they mean. And then as it kept going, I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes complete sense. Like, kept going and going, and it was pretty good. That one I didn't like quite as much as the one in the middle. Well, maybe they were about the same, so they're probably both about 4 stars. So I did really like the last one, but I really liked the A Christmas Carol things that they put in, like the vibes. It was a retelling, and I think in A Christmas Carol I believe in his transformation more than I believed in her transformation in this one, just because, I don't know, to me for some reason the idea of the ghosts and being actually forced to relive his past, like I genuinely saw a change in him in the book where I hadn't seen it before. And in this one, like, yeah, she probably changed, but at the same time I was like, I don't know, I don't really see it. So I still liked it. It was still good. This one was really cute. Overall, I think I'm gonna give this book 4 stars, 3.75. I don't know. I'll decide when I'm putting it in. I don't remember what I gave it. I think I gave it a straight up 4 stars when I rated it. So this one's done. I'm trying to decide how many books I want to do in this video, because I think I already did. How many did I do? Because I finished this one, I finished that one, I finished Hatchet. I started Yearbook. So I guess I haven't read all too many books, which it's because I've been listening to them that like they feel like they've been going so quickly for me, is because I've been listening to the books. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I might start one more Christmassy book and then finish Yearbook, and then we might call this video done. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I haven't really been doing it for that long. Okay, so we've got 3 options. So number 1, we've got A Gingerbread Romance by Lacey Baker. Honestly, I just want to read this one because number 1, that is huge font. Love that. And also it's based on a Hallmark movie, and I actually haven't even watched a Hallmark movie yet. I should do that. I should do that today. So this would be really fun to read because it's just a Hallmark movie in a book, because it's literally based on a Hallmark original channel movie. Hallmark Channel original movie, that's it. Hitcom instead of a decom, it's an hcom. But this one definitely satisfies the red-green requirements. It's very Christmassy on the cover. It's very red, very green. The spine is very red and green. Then we've got The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. This one was on my TBR for this month, and it's green. That's literally the only reason. Plus it's very short, so this would be very easy to get through, which sometimes is just it. And then we've got Magnolia Parks. This one only counts because it's red. Spine isn't very Christmassy, but the cover is red. Probably won't do this one just because this one does not give Christmas to me, honestly. Will I read this book eventually? Yes, I will, but I think it will need to be after I finish Winter Truth, which I just ordered Winter Truth and it is coming, and I'm so excited. They finally charged my account. It's finally coming. I'm actually so excited. Okay, so I think not Magnolia Parks. I think between Unselected Journals and A Gingerbread Romance. I think I'm gonna finish Yearbook and then I'll decide what I'll read next. And then I might also see if there's another kind of audiobook I want to listen to. Also, the Kindle book I was gonna read for this, I don't know if I'm gonna end up reading it for this because I would need to finish it within the next like 2 days, and I don't know if I'm going to. It does look really good. It's like stories of family, and it's like from a bunch of different authors and their own personal stories about Christmas, which actually sounds so nice to read, and I do want to read it. I just don't know if I'll get to it for this video. We'll see how much reading I get done the next couple days. I don't know how long I have this video scheduled for. Let me check really quick. Yeah, I have this video scheduled from Tuesday through Saturday, and I think I did start it on Monday, so I've had it for an extra day. It's scheduled to come out Christmas Eve, this video is. Will it come out Christmas Eve? We'll see. Oh my goodness, me and videos, it's been a struggle just because I've had to redo so many things. Hi guys, I'm at the library right now because I'm about to go steal their Wi-Fi for a bit so I can upload videos, but I have had a day for sure. I just realized on Monday I need to have all the videos rendered up till Boxing Day probably so I can upload them, because I'm not going to be able to get any Wi-Fi on the 24th or the 25th. That part doesn't matter. We're talking about books. Okay, I want to give you an update on my reading. So, last night I read some more of your book. Have I finished it yet? No, I haven't, because my boyfriend wanted me to read to him before I went to bed. Well, I offered, and then I didn't realize he wanted it right then, and so I read to him The Tale of Despero, because that's the book we've been reading right now, and so I read some of that one. Not for this video, just for him, but I was going to finish your book, but I didn't. I ended up reading The Tale of Despero for an hour. So, I'm close to the end. Could I finish it in an hour? Yeah. Have I? No. So we're going to see if I can get any done today, because I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to use the Wi-Fi to upload my videos. I have 2 that I need to upload, so I need to make the thumbnails and upload them, and then I need to download clips. So that's what I need to do here. It's probably going to take me around an hour or so, and then after that I'm going to go get a smoothie for my boyfriend because he's sick, and then I'm going to go home and try to do some more reading. So I'm going to see if I can read some yearbook while I'm here. If not, I'm going to listen to the next book I started, Brian's Winter, which has a very white cover. As I talked about earlier in this video, it is literally winter on the cover, so I think it counts for this video. It is so short. It's like a 3-hour long audiobook, which I didn't realize, and I listened to half of it already, and I got it maybe 2 hours ago. So that's fun. So I'll probably finish that really soon. It is so fun so far. And then I started whatever novella I was talking about. It was like Remembering the Meaning of Christmas or something like that. This book, and the first short story is by Anita Stansfield. I've decided I don't want to read any more of her books. I have one more on my TBR that I think I'll read that one, and then if I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to read any more of her books because I just don't like her writing style. But the rest of the short stories I have been enjoying. I'm about maybe 30% into that one. I think it's a really short book. I could finish it really quickly. I might finish it later today or tomorrow. I think at the end of today or tomorrow, though, I'm going to finish this vlog no matter what. So this video is going to be finished at the end of today with how many books I have read. If I don't finish any of those books I just talked about, that's fine. They still count for this video because I read some of them. But I'm gonna go read some more of your book. I do really want to finish that book, so hopefully I can finish that. But my priority right now is to do video stuff, so we'll see what goes on. This passage has been hitting me so hard. My boyfriend is sick, so I was taking care of him, so I stopped in the middle of like a chapter. But it's a letter written to one of the characters, and that character is me, and every time I've read her point of view, I've just been struck by it, and so this letter feels like it was written to me. So I was crying while I was reading it earlier, so that's fun. Why am I so sad that this book is almost over? I have 2 more in the series. That's oh my goodness. I love Dave and Avery. They are my favorite in the entire world. Whole world. Page last time I read this, or one of the last times I read it. It was July 18th, 2021, and I wrote, Julie is my favorite character. Her faith is what I need right now. So I'm gonna write that Andrea is my favorite character, and her stalwartness and her courage is what I need right now. It is 10 o'clock on Saturday night, which is when I said I was gonna finish this video. So I haven't read all the books that I thought I was gonna read this week, but I did read a lot of books this week, which I'm grateful for because I've read a lot more books this month than I thought I was going to, which is pretty fun. So let me give a little summarization of all the books that I've read so far. So I read 5 books this video, well 6. I started reading another one, but I didn't finish it. So number 1, let's just take a quick look at the spines of these books and how beautifully Christmassy they look. Here, I will even do this. And these are only the physical copies I have. I have 2 more books that aren't on here that I finished. So the first book that we finished in this was Christmas at Fallstone Castle by Sarah M. Eden. I'm gonna rank this one by itself because I own the novella. So, but it's included in this anthology, which is how I listened to it. I guess I read 6 books this video. We're gonna say I read 6 books. So the first one was Christmas at Fallstone Castle by Sarah M. Eden. This is a 5-star book. So the first time I started reading this, I made it like a good portion of the way through, like probably halfway. And this is about the mom of one of the characters in this series, and I always had a grudge on her for certain things that happened in the series. But reading this book really gave me a different sense of love for her, and I love this series in general, and it gives me more of the POV of one of my favorite characters, and so I was happy because of that, and I got to see all my favorite characters interacting again, and just, sorry, I'm really hormonal. I'm probably gonna cry a lot because this also has to do with Christmassy books, which make me so happy, but this one definitely counts. It is very red. It is very white. This is very Christmassy cover. Second one, that novella is included in here, but this one also has 3 other short stories. So the first one is by Anita Stansfield. That makes so much sense why I didn't like that story. I didn't realize that it was by the author that I've read 2 books by her in this. No, I only read 1. Yeah, I've read 2. I've read 2 stories by her so far in this video. I'll tell you the second one later, but the first one was called The Heart of Christmas. This was a short story about a girl who gets hired as a maid for a household, and it's around Christmas time, and she helps the family become happier and more whole after the mother and the wife and the sister person in their life died. And the idea of the story, cute. I don't like her writing style. It does not click with my brain. It doesn't make my brain go, bro, that sounds really good. Something about her writing is off to me. And so if it was written by anyone else, I probably would have enjoyed this story. I really dislike how she does her romance. It just doesn't click with my brain. So that first short story, first short story in that book is this one, 5 stars. Second one, 2 stars, maybe 3. No, it was 2.5. Just a meh. I just didn't care for it at all. The second one is by Esther Hatch. Now, her books, I really like her books, but they are a little bit more sensual than other ones. So those ones are not ones I'd recommend for young children. YA, I would recommend those for maybe 17 and up. They're a lot more sensual of books, but I do really like her writing style because her plots are very fun. I really like her plots. So what was this one about? So this one was about a girl who decided that she was sick of her mother trying to matchmake her with every single person that she meets, and she just wants a break for the rest of the season. So she goes up to this earl and she's like, hey, I know you don't like society and its conventions. Will you pretend to date me? So my mom will be like, how dare you? I don't want this. And she'll let me stay home from balls and such, and I won't have to be in society. And he's like, sure. And then, chaos ensues. Not really chaos, but, the typical stuff that happens in Regency romances ensues. And it was really cute. I really liked this one. That one's probably a 4.5 star. I really like that short story. And then the last one in this book is by Joanna Barker, and that one was, this one was called The Christmas Dress. That one's probably like a 3.5. It was okay. I didn't love it, but it was okay. So that one was about a girl whose father died but didn't leave his family enough money to keep their position in life up. And so basically she has to work, even though she used to be more of a gentlewoman. Now she is part of the working class. And she meets this guy who I think he's not an earl, but he's like the wealthy landowner in the town. And he's like, hey, I know you. And then they start to make a friendship. And she's a seamstress, so she's making a dress for that guy's sister. And so, they get to know each other again and rekindle their friendship. And I liked this one. It wasn't like my favorite in the whole world. The ending was kind of a trite ending for me. Some books I really like epilogues, but this one I didn't really feel like needed one. I don't know. It was okay. There was just something off about it to me, but it was still a good short story, so that one's like 3.5. So overall, I rated this book 4 stars. I don't remember what I rated this. It's on Goodreads. I probably should have checked this before. I think like the average of all those ratings, because it's a 5 star and 4 star, I think I rated like a 4.5 star. That's what it was for the 2 that I really liked. And the other 2 I was just like, whatever. And then the next book I finished, sorry it's loud, everyone's getting ready for bed and I decided to start this clip right now. So the third book that I finished in this video was Hatchet by Gary Paulson, specifically this cover, which is very green, which counts for the green part of our red, green, white theme that we're going for. So this book is about Brian Paulson, who after a plane crash has to learn how to survive in the wilderness by himself. When I was younger, I read this book, and that's the reason why I reread it. And I remember being completely interested in what goes on, and it's because the author himself is a survivalist. Like, he knows all this stuff, he did all the research, he put it all in, he's like, yes, this is actually how he could have survived. And it was really interesting rereading it. I only have one problem, and it is that he recovers from his injuries too fast. Like, he would recover so slowly. And like, yes, he brings up the fact that like if he had any really serious injuries, he would probably have died. But I'm like, he had a lot of serious injuries like at the very beginning, like probably concussion at least. Like, I just feel like boy books gloss over the fact that when you're in pain, you really don't want to do anything. But it's an interesting book anyway. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely more middle grade, but as I was reading it, I kind of forgot that. I just kind of got entranced with it. It's really short. It was like a 5-hour-long audiobook, and I was just listening to it like, la la la, I like this book, la la la, I like this book. And then it ended, and I was like, oh, okay, that's over now. But that one's a 5-star for the nostalgia, and also because it's genuinely a very interesting book, and if I ever get stranded, I will probably use a lot of the stuff I've learned from that book and his other books to help me survive, even though I would probably die immediately because I would be no help to anyone in a survival situation. The second book I finished in this video was Meet Me Under the Kissing Bough. This is another short story anthology collection. And this one very much meets our Christmassy theme. Look at that very beautiful cover and the back and the spine. So the first one it's by Josie S. Kilpack, and it's called Meet Me Under the Kissing Bough. I think I told you my thoughts on this earlier, but I just don't really like a lot of stuff that had to do with the short story. And then I also don't really like her writing style. That was fun. But the second one, I already told you about this one, but I did really like this one. It was a lot more fun to read, and I liked the plot and I liked the story. And then the next one was A Christmas Correspondence, and I did like that one. It wasn't like super high, but not really low. That one was a Christmas Carol retelling, and I did enjoy it. So I think overall I rated this book 4 stars. The second to last book I finished was Brian's Winter by Gary Paulson, which again is very wintry. This one fulfills the white of our red, white, and green. This one is kind of like a what if, because in the Hatchet something happens to Brian, and this book basically says, what if this didn't happen to Brian? And it basically is a, if this thing didn't happen, how would he survive the winter? And so he learns how to do like all this wintry survival stuff. I like this one better than the first one. I was listening to it today actually, and it was really short. I think it was literally only like a 4-hour long audiobook, maybe 3.5 hours. Like, it was so short. It was very interesting though. I really enjoy Gary Paulson's writing. I think I might do a binge of all of those books because I've read them all before, but I might finish like The River, and I think it's The Return or something like that, Brian's Return, something like that. And then I just finished Yearbook by Ali Condi. This one is not a Christmas related book, but it does have Christmas in it, so that counts. And then it also has green on it, so that's what's counting for it. This book is wonderful. I love it. 5 stars. Absolutely magnificent. After rereading it, I absolutely recommend it to every single person in the world, which I did before. So that's how you know this is a good book. I love the way that it's written. It's written in months, but you have like 10-ish characters that you follow, but the start of every chapter, it tells you like September, Michaela Choi. So you know exactly who you're reading about, and every single person's writing does sound different. So you can kind of like understand who's writing just by who's talking to you just by the writing. And so some of them read more teenagery and some of them read more grown up, because just depending on who they are, it really does have a different voice. And while I was rereading it, it was kind of like a shock at first to read that, because I forgot that was part of the book, but it's written very well. And I've read this book so many times, and closer to the end of the book, I have passages just underlined because I love this book so much. I just have passages marked on the sides, and if you just want to read this book alone, it is so beautiful. It is a tale of like how you affect everyone in your life and how one small thing can make someone else's life better. And it's just all these people affecting other people, and it's beautiful, but it gets even better. I'm so excited to read First Day. I'm probably going to pick that one up in a bit because I'm in a high of reading this book and how much love I have for these characters in this world. And I saw all these little like foreshadowings for the rest of the series, and it's so good. And then I also started reading this book, which I think is Remembering the Joy of Christmas or something like that, which is another short story anthology collection, but it's real life stories from people's lives. And I read the first 2.5 or 3 or something like that. The first one was by Anita Stansfield, which I don't like her writing. So I don't know if I'm going to read any more of hers. If she's in a short story anthology collection, I might just skip hers because I never enjoy her writing. So I read the first couple of short stories. I didn't like the first one because it's Anita Stansfield, but then the second 2 were pretty good. I'm probably going to keep reading this through the rest of the month just as my Kindle read and read it in between things and stuff. So these are all the books I read this week for our Christmassy theme. I actually have enjoyed it so much. It's been so much fun just like looking at my books and being like, I want to read this book. Can I make this include with the theme? Or like, I want to read this Christmassy book, and it's very red, so this counts. There are some other books I wanted to read. I'll read them sometime else, either later this month, some other month, sometime next year, we'll see. But I've had so much fun. Thank you for coming along with me. There will be another video soon if I can get this edited. That's always the problem. It's not hard to make the videos, it's just hard to get them edited and out, so we'll see. But I've had the most fun reading books this week. It's actually been so enjoyable, and my Wind and Truth copy is coming, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you will know that I have been rereading Stormlight in time to read Wind and Truth, and I'm actually like giddy to get my hands on that. It will literally be Christmas for me because I'm buying it for myself for Christmas, so I'm so excited. It should come Monday. That's my read for you. My next reading vlog will probably be me reading Wind and Truth because I'm so excited about it. But I will see you guys later, and have a Merry Christmas. I think this is coming out on Christmas Eve, so have a Merry Christmas tomorrow. I love y'all. Goodbye.